नमः हरिः ओम् गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। व्योमादिपञ्चभूतस्था या प्रीतिरनुभूयते सा प्रीतिरेव ब्रह्म स्यात् इति Vedanta Dindima. You must have noticed the amount of emphasis put on this description, Vyomadi Panchabhuta, in the last 6 verses. This is the Viveka. You see, when you look around the world, as long as you look at it as a collective of different names and forms, the names and forms being real, so long you are bound by the world, because the world invokes likes and dislikes, which are very normal and which are not abnormal at all, and then they create attachment and aversion, which is abnormal, and raga and dvesha. Once the raga and dvesha are created, you are bound to the world. Very interestingly, the world has no hooks, it only has rings. All rings it has no hooks. All the hooks are our hooks only. We throw the hooks, and as you throw hooks, you get bound to the world. This is the very common thing, but people refuse to see this. Puja Swamiji gives a nice example for this. You see, in this country, and nowadays in India also, they go for a pet. Pet is, you can have a cow as a pet, probably that is all right. But having a dog as a pet is something, for a Vaidika, it is something that is not a very right thing. Somehow a Vaidika cannot handle that situation. So they keep a dog as a pet. We do not hate dogs. In fact, in India, we throw food to the dogs. We do not hate them. But we do not like the idea of calling a dog mine. So, because on one side we study nothing is yours in this world. Even a home you cannot call my home. Even the body you cannot call my body. So, while at the same time, you hold on to a dog saying that it is my dog. The dog doesn't say, my master. You assume that it says. You imagine that it says. It wags the tail instinctively. Whosoever gives a piece of bread to it, it wags its tail. And that is an instinctive behavior of an animal. You interpret it as, it is saying that my master. And therefore you assume that it is saying something. It doesn't say anything. We assume. And so we throw the hook. And so Swamiji says, this man is holding to the dog with a leash. And now it is very difficult to distinguish whether he is holding on to the dog or the dog is holding on to him. He thinks that the dog belongs to him. It is equally true that he belongs to the dog. And he thinks that he takes the dog for a walk. But the truth is much better appreciated if you say he doesn't take the dog for a walk. The dog takes him to the walk. And he doesn't decide the path to go. The dog decides the path to go. And he just follows the dog. He assumes that the dog is following it. So this is, you put world in the place of dog. Just put the world in the place of dog. So the world controls our lives. And it makes us, to become happy, you have to take the permission of the world. The world should bless. Then only you can be happy. The world should, if the world condemns us, we remain unhappy. This is the height of ignorance. All the time, the happiness is very intrinsic to the individual. Therefore, the point that I was trying to make, do not look at the world as a multiplicity of names and forms which are real. That is not the way to look at the world. There is a way to look at the world. The world is a passing show. So you respond to the show. I am not saying you suspend all responses. Responses will be there. But responses should come from strength, from the position of strength, not from the position of weakness. Taking the world to be real makes us weak. Knowing that the world is a passing show makes us strong. We are not attached to it that much. And now we respond. Therefore, so that is the wrong way to look at the world. So the solution to this problem is, look at the world as panchabhutas, 5 elements. That resolves all the problems. See, even you can, in tourism, there is a book, 100 places to visit in this world. And then I know people who count how many places they have visited. And therefore there are still so many waiting to be visited. And so a kind of anticipation is created, and also a kind of dissatisfaction is created. In that moment it is created. Because you anticipate to visit one more place soon, and also you are dissatisfied that there are so many places not yet visited. But suppose you look at that book and leaf through the pages, and then you understand that everything is Panchabhutas only, nothing more than Panchabhutas. Whether it is Taj Mahal or Qutub Minar or Char Minar, this is all India. Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, Char Minar. What India? Very interesting India. So I have Char Minar is Panchabhutas. Qutub Minar is also Panchabhutas. Taj Mahal is also Panchabhutas. Everything is Panchabhuta. So you have seen one, you have seen all. So you can still go to places. You can go around. That I am not suggesting if you can stay with jet lag, you are welcome to go to places. But you need not be very anticipative. That anticipation is people consider, they do not pay attention to some of these critical things. Anticipation creates a future. You do not anticipate, then you don't have a future to deal with. So anticipation, for example, now I am sitting here. Where is future? I am what I am, and I am perfectly okay. But I am already anticipating. What? Tomorrow early morning I have a flight. And so I have to get up a bit early. Already I put myself, I have taken away myself from the present and put myself early morning 4:30. That is not a very convenient time to get up. Already I have put myself in stress. People don't understand two things. One, there is stress in our lives which is squarely responsible for all the illnesses that we get and we are about to get in future also. Stress, number one. Number two, stress is produced not by some special thing. Stress is produced by thought. You have a thought, in that thought there is stress. It comes from thought. So, but you cannot avoid thinking to avoid the stress. So you have to see how thought creates stress. When thought anticipates, then it creates stress. Already I am stressed now. A little stress I have created in my system by thinking about getting up at 4:30 and be ready for the flight. Then the anticipation continues. What will I do after going there? So like that. If that is the way stress is created, there are people who keep a horoscope, a table, some kind of a funny table in their hand all the time in the pocket, and always they will be looking at it, and they take the help of people to look at it. Because there are others who can look at this blessed thing better than myself. What is there to look at it? But you hire people to look at it all the time. One time you do it, in a lifetime one time you do it, and he will give you a blueprint, and so be satisfied. No. You have to do it every year. You have to do it every 6 months. You have to do it every 3 months. And you have to do it every time you remember it. What a way to create anticipatory stress. You are all the time anticipating life, and then life comes to an end, and then what else is there to anticipate? So, therefore, anyway, I have digressed, I suppose. Therefore, when you look at the whole thing as Panchabhutas, you can still tour places, but you are no more a tourist. You can still visit pilgrimage places. You see, what is tourism in the world is pilgrimage in India. India, religion is the mainstream. We have only tourism of the pilgrimage kind. The other tourism we don't have. Nowadays they are bringing it. They are creating it. Nowadays we are copying from the West. For us, tourism is the only one kind, that is pilgrimage. And in pilgrimage, you go to Himalayas, suppose. You have to visit a few places, I don't deny that. But I have seen the Gangotri, but I have not seen Yamunotri. Now you go and see Yamunotri, you do not see anything other than what you have seen in Gangotri. The mountain peaks, very rugged peaks, and the streams of water flowing down the boulders, and then very rough patches of terrain to traverse. It is all the same. All Himalayas are just the same, more or less. Therefore, if you look at it as Panchabhutas, then Gangotri is the same Panchabhutas, Yamunotri is the same Panchabhutas, Badrinath is the same, Kedarnath is the same, Amarnath is the same, everything is the same. You must have known this by travelling in Himalayas. Rishikesh is the same. So, therefore, this burden or pressure of doing more and more pilgrimage is out. You can still visit places. There is a joy in it. If you feel, you are welcome to visit places. But you are not anymore a pilgrim under pressure. So this is how it works. Just I gave 2 examples. In our life, there is a marvelous transformation when you can look at the world as Panchabhutas. That is what the world is. And then the same thing applies to oneself. Look at yourself. It is nothing but Panchabhutas. So, Vyomadi Panchakoshastha. This is Vyomadi Panchabhutastha. That is about the world. Then looking at oneself, same thing. Instead of Bhuta, you put Kosha. Vyomadi Panchakoshastha. So you see, I always wonder and marvel at this arrangement of the body. You have no, in your wisdom, you need not take the body as a collective of organs, liver, spleen, heart, like that, and then go to WebMD. So every organ he will give some anatomy and all kinds of diseases that are possible to that organ, and also he will give certain hints to see which diseases you already might be having. So what kind of a study it is? Suppose liver, you better do this test so that you will know whether the liver has this problem yet or not. What kind of a study it is? It makes us anticipatory, and so whatever good health is already there with me now, I do not have any leisure to enjoy that good health, so I cannot enjoy it anymore because I am always looking into the future. My heart is okay now, but it may not be okay next month. What a pitiable situation. Always looking into the future. So this is one model. And I will tell you another model. There are no organs here. I do not look at my body as organs. I look at it as the conglomerate of the 5 elements. That is what it is. And now I tell you how, this is a meditation. In fact, it is called Panchabhuta Dharana. I have done this meditation quite often. Whenever I get an occasion, I used to do. So that because I see the value of it. Panchabhuta Dharana. So this is taken from some of the Vedantic texts like Sutta Samhita and others. So the dharana is, I look at the body, begin with the lower portions, both legs and the seat, loins. This is the body. This is Prithvi. And sitting on the floor, cross-legged, it is in contact with Prithvi. It is touching the Prithvi all the time. Even when you sit in the sofa, the lower portion is touching Prithvi, because sofa is Prithvi. And the feet are touching Prithvi. Everything is Prithvi. Wherever you sit, that is Prithvi. Therefore, up to the loins, it is Prithvi. It is born out of Prithvi. It is sustained by Prithvi. And it will go back and merge in Prithvi. Up to this lower portion. Predominantly. There is some apaha there, some flesh, some blood is there. Therefore, apaha is there, other things are there. Everything is there everywhere. But the predominance gives the name. So, Vaisheshyat Vyapadeshaha, that is the Brahma Sutra. Where Prithvi is Vishesha, predominant, that part is Vyapadesha is name. That is called Prithvi. It's not that you will get 100% Prithvi anywhere. No, you won't get. Panchikaranam is all done. So 100% Prithvi you won't get, except in the nose, Sukshma Prithvi. Anyway, so this is Prithvi. It is very obvious that it is Prithvi. Very obvious. Therefore, forget about kneecaps, varicose veins, this and that. It is Prithvi. And you may do some Sarvangasana and some Vajrasana occasionally so that these problems won't come near you. That should be there. Anyway, then coming to that Panchabhuta Dharana, then abdomen. Just watch the abdomen. Forget about its structure, anatomy, the various organs that are there in the abdomen. Forget about all that. Just look at it as apaha. That is abdomen. Apaha. Don't worry about prostate, this and that. Apaha. Then come to the tummy. Agnihi. You can feel, even now I feel the Agni there. You can feel. If you had breakfast, the feeling will subside a little. And then it will catch up again by 10 o'clock. So, Agnihi, it is always there. 10 o'clock, people go to the coffee table and pick up a donut and a coffee. Why? Agnihi. Agni is so potent there. Agni, this is fire. Don't worry about other things. There are other things like apaha is there, Prithvi is there, but predominantly it is fire. It is like a stove. It is burning. What you call it? You call it fire. Though the sticks which are not yet burnt, they are not fire. They are Prithvi only. And so the bricks etc. which are around, they are Prithvi. But you don't call it Prithvi. You call it fire. So this is fire. Agnihi. This is Vayu. Don't worry about heart. Let the cardiologist worry about the heart. My heart, he is paid for it. Let him take care of it and let him worry about it. I will not worry about my heart because I don't have heart. I mean the limb called heart. I have only Vayu. This is the Vayu. Vayu. Then throat and above is the Akasha, space. Throat is space. Some Prithvi is there, but it is space. Mouth is space. Nostrils are space. Sinus is space. Ear is a space. And I suppose brain is also space. Let us say. So be thoughtless. So space-like awareness. So it is all space. Over Panchabhuta Dharana. Whether it is the world, it is called Brahma Sarga Viveka. You look at the world as Panchabhutas. That helps Brahma Sarga Viveka. You look at yourself as Panchabhutas, the body. That is Atma, Anatma, Viveka. So that is the idea of repeating that Vyomadi Panchabhuta, whether it is Bhuta or Kosha. So that is the spirit of those 6 verses. 3 about the world and 3 about the self. Now we are coming to the world. Vyomadi Panchabhutastha ya pritihi. Pritihi means joy. So now you see, this is a Vishama Ghattam. I say like that quite often, so that people pay attention to that. For the worldly people, this is the Vishama Ghattam. The worldly people believe very firmly that joy comes from outside. This is a huge problem, and we have to resolve this satisfactorily. Joy, because that is what we are seeking in the entire life. That is what we are seeking, joy. We go to university because we are seekers of joy. We get married because we are seeking joy. And then people go for divorce because they are seeking joy. It is joy that people seek all the time. They go to a physician because they seek joy. They go to temple because they seek joy. They worship God because they seek joy. Atmanah kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Kama is sukha, Shankara. So for the sake of joy to oneself, the other things become dear or lovable. Therefore, what we are seeking, we seek money because we want joy. We are seeking joy through money. We are seeking joy through marriage. We are seeking joy through divorce. What a contrast, We are seeking the every opposite. We seek cold because in doing so we are seeking joy. We seek heat. In doing so we seek joy. All the time we seek joy. So first we should understand that. Number 1. So, at least Viveka should be there. You should know that you are not seeking money. Because people become misers by assuming that they are seeking money. If they know that they are not seeking money, they are seeking joy, then the miserliness will be gone. So, money is not important. It is meant for fulfilling the joy seeking. That is the purpose of money. When that is forgotten, when money becomes an end in itself, then the person becomes a miser. Therefore, I am seeking joy through money. Still I seek money, but not for the sake of money. I seek money for the sake of joy. That makes things very clear. So, once this point is very clear, then that is the first point. Second point. Now, what is the source of joy? Where from it originates? The origin you have to find. Suppose you hear a sound and you feel joy. That is what music is. People are crazy after music. It could be classical music, or it could be modern music, or it could be Western, or it could be Indian classical, or whatever. They go crazy. So, therefore, music is not dear for the sake of music. Music is dear for the sake of joy that you get out of it. Therefore, we understand that the Shabda gives joy. That's why I said music. Shabda means not any Shabda. So the chosen Shabda gives joy. Vyoma. Vyoma is Akasha. There you have to take Sukshma Bhutas. So Sukshma Akasha is nothing but Shabda, sound. That is the Sukshma Akasha. Then you say Vayu. You seek Vayu. So the sense of touch. So I get joy from the sense of touch. In fact, in India, there is a soap which is called joy. That is all sense of touch. And the feather touch. He shows a feather like that. A feather touches the cheeks like that. It is the soap. So we seek joy through sense of touch. Sense of touch gives us joy. Then, so Akasha, Vayu, Agni, shapes and forms, colors, they give us joy. For the communists of the world, red color is very joyous occasion. That's why whenever the communists take a procession, everybody carries a flag with a red. It is a big red color, a swath of red color. The entire road is covered with red flags. Everywhere you see red. Because they love red. They think red is good for the society. So they think the red gives joy. And then some other people think yellow gives joy. And then the interior decorators are there. They tell on the left yellow, on the right blue will give joy. They have their own formulations. Like that, the colors and shapes and forms, they give joy. A woman who is fair and lovely gives joy. So fair and lovely is the ointment or whatever it is. Therefore it gives joy. So like this is the joy coming from Agni or Tejas. Rupa is Agni. You know that? Okay, I'm sure you know that. So Tejas it is, Rupa. Rang means the color and the shape that gives joy to us. That is Tejas, the Bhuta, the third one. Then comes Apaha, water. Water gives joy. Like Coke gives joy, Pepsi gives joy, like that. Then Pruthivi. So Gandha. Pruthivi means Gandha. Waters means rasa, taste. All taste. So this taste, that taste, not only Pepsi, Coke, etc., but also different tastes that we run after. So they give joy to us. And so people go for food. It's a big attraction. Food is a big thing because it gives joy, taste. And then Pruthivi, that is Gandha, gives joy. The perfumes. Everywhere perfumes. These perfumes, at one time, only Raja Maharaja used to get these perfumes. And the common man is satisfied with the perfumes of the nature. There is perfume all around. Very subtle perfume. But when people get accustomed to intense perfumes, the nostrils, the olfactory organ is bombarded with perfumes. Therefore, they lose their sensitivity. These receptors are like that. They are very sensitive, and when you bombard it with the things that they receive, they are receptors, and so they get clustered with all these perfume molecules and they lose their sensitivity, and therefore to wake them up you have to bombard with perfume. And therefore all kinds of perfumes. When you go to airport, half of the airport sells only perfumes. Every airport, half of the shops sell perfumes. You even if you want to spend $10, there is nothing to get in the airport, because half of the airport is perfumes and half of it is liquor. What will you do with all those shops? You don't get anything worth looking at or taking in an airport, generally. So, perfume, what will we do with all those perfumes? So, you see, the nature's perfume, when it rains, there is perfume. But anyway, the Gandha gives joy. This is how people take it. Vyomadi pancha bhutastha ya pritihi anubhuyate. So you pick up a smell, a fragrance, and there is joy. You hear a sound, there is joy. You taste something, there is joy. And you see something, there is joy. And so you hear something, there is joy. Or you touch something, there is joy. This is our experience. And now the second point about joy is This joy, which we experience through the five sense objects, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, this joy, is it intrinsic to them? That is the question. We have to examine this. Pujya Swamiji gave a beautiful example for this. He gave the example of a comforter in Hrishikesh. When you go to Hrishikesh, the rooms are not heated, and so it is very cold. Outside temperature is 2 degrees, and inside room temperature is also 2 degrees. Therefore, it is not heated. Therefore, you are very uncomfortable. Just going into the room will eliminate only wind chill. Whatever ambient chill is there, it is still there. And everything is cold. Everything is at 2 degrees. The bed is 2 degrees. You touch the table, you feel very cold because it is at 2 degrees. Everything is cold. Now you take the comforter, that kambal. When you take it, it is cold. You touch it, it is cold. And then you have to open it. It makes some cracking noises as you open it, because it becomes stiff. But somehow you open it and then wrap it around yourself. It is not easy because it is cold. But still, you go ahead and wrap it around yourself and wait for 2-3 minutes, shaking like that. Then you will find that it is very warm. This warmth that you get from the comforter, it is your own warmth. The comforter doesn't have the warmth to give to you. It is a cold, dead material thing it is. It cannot give warmth to you. Your own warmth, it picks up. And then first it becomes warm, and then gives back warmth to you. And therefore, who is comforting you? You are comforting yourself. But you call that thing as the comforter. Same way, you make this sound enjoyable because you are joy within. You make the taste enjoyable because you are the joy intrinsically. Yourself are the joy. You make the music enjoyable because you are the joy. You make the movie, the sights enjoyable because you are the joy. So, human being, unfortunately, tends to always look outside. As long as he is looking outside, he is going away from the source. You seek joy in perfume, means you have lost your own source of joy, and you are running after an object which is supposed to give joy. And it gives you joy. How long? For a very short time. And that joy which the perfume gives is also picked up from you. It picks up the joy from you and gives it to you. It is like these airlines people say, you travel with us, we will give you a free ride. And so they make us travel more and more, and then they give a free ride. That free ride is not given by them. It is we created that free ride. And whatever we have created for ourselves, they give to us. And then pose as if they are very charitable. We are giving you a free ticket. Like that. There is no free ticket in this world. There is no free lunch in this world. Anyway, therefore, whatever joy you are experiencing, that is true. The experience of joy is not denied. I am not saying there is no joy in perfume. There is joy when you smell a perfume. But that joy did not come from the perfume. You see, the perfume doesn't give you joy. You make the perfume joyous. Vallabhacharya, he wrote a poem called Madhurashtakam. Madhura means joyous, sweet or joyous. He says, Madhuradhipatehe akhilam madhuram. This Madhura, dhu and thu, Mathura, Madhura, both are synonyms. You can pronounce either way. Both words are equally right. Anyway, so Madhuradhipati, he is the Lord of Madhura, means Sri Krishna. To him, everything is joyous. Akhilam madhuram. Like what? Gavo madhuraha. Cows are joyous. Vichir madhura. this tarangam, so a wave of Yamuna, a wave that is joyous. Yashtir madhura. Yashtihi is a small stick which he holds in his hand. It has golden, made of gold, that handle. This is Nanda Maharaja gave him a stick. He is the cowherd boy of the king of cowherd boys. Therefore he holds this stick and touches the cow with it. He doesn't beat the cow, he touches the cow, nudges the cow, and the cow goes in the right direction. That is the stick, yashtihi, and it is joyous. That yashtihi is a source of joy for him. Vatsaha madhuraha. The calf is joyous. And everything is joyous. So he looks up, the cloud is joyous, the trees are joyous, the cowherd boys are joyous, and as he coming back from the forest to the village, all these women, the cowherd women, they are joyous. Everything is joy. Why? Why everything is joyous for him, whereas for us nothing is joyous, unfortunately? Because he is joy within. He imparts the joy to everything that comes across his vision. Because he is the source of joy. They are not the source of joy. He is the source of joy. So, music is joyous because you are joy within. The movie is joyous because you are joy within. You are the repository of all joy in this creation. That is the so sapritihi, that joy. Okay, now I have understood joy, that is myself. Joy is myself. Atma is Ananda. Then what about God? That Ananda is God. You see, the paribhasha, that word is, you may want to hold on to that word, the paribhasha of Ishvara. The vision that you have about Ishvara, the way you look at Ishvara, the way you define Ishvara, that is very critical. Suppose the other day a question was asked to me. I did not answer. I remember I did not answer it correctly, fully, because I forgot to answer. The question is, I mentioned somewhere that religion, it is supposed to bring God near to us, but sometimes it takes God away from us. That is what I said. So how the answer is, you see, what is religion? It tells you about God, and it makes you God conscious, and it tells you how to worship God, and it tells you where is God, what is God. That is what the religion does, thereby bringing God near to us. But in the process, it puts God in heaven or in Vaikuntha. He is in Vaikuntha. Over. So, virtually, your chance of seeing God or experiencing God is killed by that statement. So, in saying so, the religionist puts death between you, the seeker of God, and God. One Mahatma said, how inauspicious it is that the person is seeking God. That is the most auspicious thing that can happen to anybody, and therefore this is the auspicious aspiration, and God, between the two, the most inauspicious thing, namely death, is intervening. What a misfortune. Like that one Mahatma looks at it. Very interesting observation. So one has to die to see God. What a misfortune it is. So, therefore, by putting God in Vaikuntha, the religion has taken God away from you. And then God has 4 hands. He is a gentleman wearing this and this dress, wearing a very diamond-studded crown. Like that, a description is given. This description is not meant for taking literally. It is upasana. And but we forget in our over-enthusiasm, we forget the meaning of upasana itself, and therefore we now have a paribhasha of Ishvara. A paribhasha. This is what is called paribhasha of Ishvara. The paribhasha is taken so literally that Ishvara has 3 lines vertically on his face, and therefore, unless you put them yourself, you are not eligible to visit Ishvara. It comes under etiquette. Like golf etiquette is there. Similarly, to visit the shrine, this is the etiquette. You have to put it. Therefore, there at the gate of the temple, the person is ready with his instrument. So he cannot do it with hand, there are so many devotees and all that. Therefore, he has an instrument. And he has a small object in a plate-like thing in which there are 3 slots, and therefore in which on both sides is the white material, and in the central side, in the central is the red material, which is the kumkuma, and he dips this instrument into this and puts on your face like this. You don't move because you want it to come straight, otherwise it will come angle. So he puts it like this and then go. Now you are ready to visit God. Can you believe it? So this is the paribhasha, the definition of God, the description of God. This is how God looks like, or this is how God is. Now once that paribhasha sinks into you, you remain away from God for this life. Something new has to happen in the next life. This life, God is away. Therefore, the religion has virtually taken God away from the guy. Now I will give you a paribhasha for God. But let us keep the God thing aside. You tell me, you want joy or not? Answer is obvious. Yes, I want joy. Now, you want joy while dealing with certain objects, or you want joy while dealing with every object? Do you want joy in Shabda or Rasa or Rupa or Gandha or Sparsha? Where do you want joy? No, we want in all of them. In Shabda we want joy, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sparsha. That means in every object that I come across, I want joy. When do you want joy? Morning or afternoon or night? I want joy at all times. Where do you want joy? In office or at home? People have divided like that. In marriage, this happens. Not necessarily should happen. It need not happen, but it does. It seems to happen. When the person is married, newly married, so he is in office, but his mind is at home. In India, the wife is a housewife, and therefore he is at home, and he is in the office, and his work is distracted. He is not able to focus. Then the boss says, "A newly married, that's why he is distracted. Okay, I give you 3 hours permission. Go home." So like that, he is in office, but his joy is at home. And then afterwards, there is joy at home and there is joy at office also. For people who are very conscientious and work well, so for them there is a joy in work also, there is joy at home. And then afterwards, suppose some problem is there, some conflict. People create conflict, They get conflicted all the time. And therefore, they are anxious to go to office so that they can be at peace for some time. So this at home, there is no peace at all. There is nagging too much. And therefore, let me run to the office. There is some coffee available in office. Donuts are there in office. Bagels are there. So why to linger at home? Okay, I have some urgent work, early work, I will work, go to office. So, where do you want joy? In office you want, or at home you want? Or in market, you go to a mall, there you want. We want joy at every place. And then, that is the third question. I am asking a few questions about joy. Then, the joy that you want, do you want the joy to be known to you or unknown to you? Because sometimes you experience the joy without your knowing it. No, not like that. For example, in sleep you are joyous, but you don't know that you are joyous in sleep. For example, No, I don't want like that kind of joy. I want a joy that I know. That joy that is known, not unknown joy, known joy. Suppose he became a father of a boy. His wife gave birth to a child. And so it is a joy. But then he is not informed. So do you want that kind of joy? No, I don't want that kind of joy. I want the joy that I know. Full well I should know. That is that kind of joy. Okay, one more question. You want the joy as a result of some effort, or it should be effortless? Karma. Karma you have to perform, then joy will come. That is heaven joy and all that. You want it that way, or it should be effortless? Without effort I should get. Yes. If it is it possible to get joy effortlessly? Yes. Then I want that only. So, to summarize, I want joy which is not conditioned or which is not limited by space, joy which is not limited by time, joy which is not limited to certain objects alone, and joy which is an object of knowledge, knowing, and so joy that is spontaneous and effortless. That is not the result of effort. That is the joy. And now I tell you, the name of there is a name to that joy. The name is Ishvara. That is the name of Ishvara. That is how. Now you tell me, this Ishvara is within your reach or not? It is in your reach. When you are truly joyous, in those moments of joy, when you forget your surroundings, yourself even, your body you forget, your mind you forget, in that moment of joy, you are in communion with Ishvara. And that Ishvara, who is the joy, the way I have described, that Ishvara is not away from you, he is in you. So, in your heart, Hiranmaye Pare Koshe, Virajam Brahma Nishkalam. And the name of that joy is Brahma or Ishvara. He is in your heart. And then he is in you. So Swami Vivekananda put it very succinctly when he said, to begin with, God is in Vaikuntha. Then, as you know better, God is all around you. He is the substratum of the world, the Namarupas. And then God is in you. This is the tree on which there are two birds are sitting. So Ishvara bird and Jiva bird. That is in you. God is in my heart. That's why I contemplate Ishvara in my heart. I don't need to go to a shrine. Because this is the shrine. Deho devalaya proktaha. Jivo devas sanatanaha. Tyajed ajnana nirmalyam. Soham bhavena pujayet. You must get the meaning. Even as I recite it, the meaning must be obvious. So, the God is in you. That is so from the nature, you bring from heaven, you bring God into nature. And from nature, you bring God into yourself. So that you visualize God in your heart and you pray to God in your heart. Om Namah Shivaya. Mantra Japam. You are praying to God who is in your heart. And then finally, it is not Om Namah Shivaya. It is finally Shivoham Shivoham. The last vestige of separation or division is knocked off, and you end up praying. This is also a prayer. So end up praying Shivoham Shivoham. Ramana Maharshi was reading a book and he was asked, people came. He put the book aside and he is talking with them. Then somebody asked, what is the book that you were reading before we came? He said, I am reading autobiography of myself. I am reading biography of myself. Oh, they thought he jotted a few paragraphs about his life, where he was born, etc. Then somebody noticed and they saw it is Kenopanishad. And then they told Maharshiji, that is Kenopanishad, you were telling biography. Yes, it is my biography. Kenopanishad is my biography. It is telling about me, what I am, and all that. That is the biography. That's why any idea of writing biography, etc., it is not proper. In India, the rishis never wrote biographies. They wrote Upanishads. Not biographies. They wrote Upanishads. Because Upanishad is the biography. There is no other biography. So, this is how Mahyam Namo Namaha, like I prostrate unto myself. Namo Mahyam Namo Namaha, like that. That is the final. Therefore, religion takes God away from you by putting a paribhasha before us. Whereas Vedanta brings God near to us by giving the right paribhasha. So that is what Shankara is doing. Sa pritireva brahmasyat. That priti, that joy that we see or experience in the Panchabhutas, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, that is Parameshvara. That is Ishvara. That's why there is, in Ishavasyopanishad it is there, Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyan jagata tena tyaktena bhunjithaha ma gradhah kasyas vidhanam. There, in that verse, the essence of that verse is presented as Ishvariya Vyavahara. The interaction with the world, Vyavahara, which has the vision of Ishvara in it. That is called Ishvariya Vyavahara. What is that? You see, Ishvara is joy. That is what Ishvara is. And so, the way to get joy is to give joy. The only way to get joy is to give joy, because joy is, Ishvara is Atma, and Atma is the source of joy. If Atma is the source of joy, then you don't try to get it from outside. In fact, you give it to the outside. The flower is beautiful because there is beauty in you, not because it is beautiful all by itself. When there is beauty in your heart, the flower is beautiful. That's why when you put a flower there, it doesn't give you any joy anymore after a few minutes, because it becomes a part of our monotonous existence. It fails to invoke that Swarupa from us because of the mind intervening. Mind wants something else. Therefore, this is the Ishvara, this is joy, and this is Atma. Then one more issue has to be settled before we can say the verse is concluded. That is, when you desire a thing, you desire it for joy's sake only. For the sake of joy alone, you desire things. And when the desire is fulfilled, you get joy. So what is that? What is the dynamics of that joy? You see, when you desire a thing, you have already denied yourself to yourself. It is Atma Hrasam. You are the infinite. You made yourself finite in desiring something. And you have moved away from yourself into the world in desiring something. In desiring something, you have concluded that you are incomplete and that something will make you complete. That is the mechanism of desire. And now, by concluding about yourself so badly in the process of desiring an object, that you are limited, that you are joyless, unless that object has to make you fulfilled or joyous, in such a mistaken conclusion, a calamitous mistake it is. In doing so, you have denied yourself to yourself, and therefore you remain joyless. As long as there is a desire in your heart, you are condemned to remain joyless. It is a curse, it is a shapam to nurse a desire in the heart. because it's a condemnation. Now, when the desire is fulfilled, let us say, generally it may not be fulfilled. Quite often it doesn't get fulfilled, and therefore people get frustrated. And people believe that they are unlucky. And people believe that the planets have cheated them. Stars have cheated them. The society has cheated me. I deserve more than what I get. The society is the culprit. It cheated me. And the family has cheated me out of my joy. Can you believe? People are just nuts, I tell you. What a horrifying, horrendous conclusion. And then let us say the desire is fulfilled. When the desire is fulfilled, there is the experience of joy. Pritihi anubhuyate. True. But how come the joy is experienced? Because when the desire is fulfilled, the mind remains silent for a short time. It becomes so silent. Because it is demanding. A demanding mind is very agitated or turbulent mind. And when like a child is crying because the child is demanding something, when the thing that is demanded, chocolate, etc., you put in the hand of the child, immediately what will happen? Still water is flowing from the eyes, but there is smile on the lips. The crying stops instantly and there is a smile. Child. Mind is like child. Lalayet chitta balakam. Mind is the child. Ignorant. Mind is child means ignorant. So, therefore, mind got what it wanted, what it was demanding. That is how the desire is fulfilled. Therefore, mind stops demanding very temporarily. It stops, there are no demands in the mind anymore. It is not a demanding mind anymore. It is a mind at rest. It is the mind resolves. It is as if you have taken a dive into your own true self. Because when the mind, it is the mind which takes you away from yourself, and when the mind resolves, now it is you have taken a dive into your own true self, and you experience the bliss. And then the mind comes back, and it has a few more demands ready. I tell you, a friend of mine asked me, Swamiji, we optimize. Generally, I optimize. Because he is going that side, I have to go that side. There is a small detour, I can live with it. So I go with him like that. So I went with him to a car dealer in India. To a car dealer, a new car is handed over. That is when I went. And also people, they want the Swami to come when the car is new, when the home is new. So many things are there in it. And it suits my purpose and it suits his purpose. So I went along with him. I'm also happy that he is taking a new car. He wanted it and he got it. It is fine. Though I talk like this in the class, in the day-to-day life, he needs a car and so I am not against it. I am against a car for myself. I don't need a car. So, anyway, so I went and the car is handed over. In fact, in India you must have seen new car handing over, like that there is a big board there. And that is a corridor-like place where the car is sitting there and the person finishes all documents and all that. And now they give the key, he comes into this place. And then the door is open, the glass door is opened by somebody and you drive outside. That is the way it is done. And so I sat in that car, there itself, and we are driving outside. Obviously he is happy and I am happy for him. When he is happy, he is my friend. And so I am happy. And we are on the road. Not even 2-3 minutes. He said, Swamiji, I have to get the right upholstery. This is all not so good. So that is how the mind works. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes for a 5 lakh rupees worth of car. Over. his joy has ended there itself. The joy that the car could give to him has come to a virtual halt. Now from now on, the car is a drag upon him. It is not a joy anymore. Therefore, the mind comes back with a new demand very soon. Therefore, once again it puts you in a state of self-condemnation, and therefore you remain joyless, seeking something or the other, anticipating, and then struggling. Struggle. A desire makes you struggle. So, this is how, even when a desire is fulfilled, the joy, the resultant joy, is not coming from the object of desire, it is coming from within you. Therefore, there is only one source of joy, and that is you, and that is God. That is the God. So that tadeva sa pritireva eva. You see, I tell you, you want to know God? The God is before you. Okay, Atma is God, that is one more step, that is the final step, but just one step earlier than that. You want to see God? There is the God before you. The underlying reality of the Namarupa. You have to understand the word underlying correctly. I am not saying something one surface below. I am not such a dumb guy to say like that. It is not a physical thing. Antaha is not a physical. You know what it is. So underlying the Namarupa, there is God before you. Other than the world before you, to know God is to be God. That's it. There is no other knowing God other than being God. You can know God one way. That is, the God is before you. Underlying the Namarupa of the world. You know that. You feel the presence. You know God. Other than that, there is only to know God is to be God. So, that is the meaning of saying sa pritireva brahmasya. That's why, you see, I would put this thesis in a slightly different language. You see, people think that there is joy in becoming. So, I want to become a student of a professional college because there is joy in it. So you have to work hard in high school. Fine. That is fine. I am not saying anything against it. I am just telling how the life of a human being operates. And then as a professional college student, I want to become a degree holder, M.Tech or B.Tech. I want to become a degree holder. And as a degree holder, after becoming a degree holder, you will realize that a degree, a bachelor degree, is not of much worth. You need to have a post-graduation. In India, BSc is not a degree at all. I realized that after I passed BSc with some good marks. So it is not a degree at all. BSc is a silly thing it is. I have to become an MS. So postgraduate. That is how we call it. Here the language is different. So I want to become MS. And so I struggle. I work hard. This is all fine. So now I am MS. I want to become a doctorate. Generally nowadays they are not trying to become like that. So he wants to become an employee of a multinational company, IBM or whatever. In India, I am telling about in India. And he becomes that. Then he wants to become the husband of a beautiful, fair and lovely young lady who happens to be the daughter of a rich father. If she is the only daughter, nothing better. So all these conditions, she should be very beautiful, fair and lovely, and height also should be somewhat less than his height. Everything is calculated, pakka calculated. Not one item is to be compromised. and she has to have such a degree. He decides the subject in which she should have degree. She must have a computer degree or she must have a doctor degree, whatever. He decides that also. Everything he decides. Nothing is left to Ishvara. People are crazy. And so he wants to become the husband of such a lady. He becomes. The world, you know. So some father is anxious to get his daughter get married. So he comes forth and so it happens. And then he has to become the father of a male child. This is India. The traditional orthodox India. He has to become the father of a male child within 1.5 years. That half year is the concessional period they gave. 1 year is ideal, another half year. He becomes whatever, what is the big deal? He becomes the father, she becomes pregnant and he becomes the father. It's a toss off, that male, female. He performs worships to make the boy male. Do you know that? He performs a ritual called Pumsavanam. In a traditional orthodox family, he performs a Pumsavanam to make the child Pum, male. So, a person brought his wife to me and she is doing namaskar. I tell, no, you do like that is enough. No, let her do fully and you bless her to give a male child. That is what he tells me. And then I told, how can I bless like that? The child gender is already fixed by Ishvara. How can I bless? I will not be able to bless like that. I will bless Shubham Bhuyat. So, people want to become, this craze of becoming. Now he has become a dozen things. Is he satisfied? He wants to become something else. If you want me to continue the Indian scene, he wants to become the father of a child studying in St. Anne's. This is Sikandrabad. You know, he says, Swamiji, you know, where is my son studying? In St. Anne's. So he wants to become the father. Then he wants to become the father of the son, studying engineering, this and that. He wants to become a grandpa. Then he wants to live 60 years. Then he wants to live 80 years. Then he wants to live 90 years. He wants to become this. He wants to become a denizen of heaven, finally. He dies while trying to become something or the other. Sometimes he is put in a hospital. He wants to become the inmate of a private room rather than general ward. He has to become something or the other. Then he is a cardiology patient, so goes to the hospital, and there are 4 or 5 cardiologists in the hospital, in NIMS, in Sikandrabad. So he already made inquiries. Which doctor? Arey, you pray to God, bhai, forget about doctor. Some doctor will see the heart and some medicine they will give and something will happen. You forget about it and pray to God? Do that? Have some trust? Surrender? No. So he already made inquiries. A panel of doctors are there, 5 or 6. So now he wants to go to that doctor only. And so in NIMS, in a government hospital, they won't give you the doctor you want. They will push in a queue and one after the other. So he has to manipulate. He gives bribe to the clerk. Put me to this doctor. And that clerk takes the bribe and puts him to this doctor. So he wants to become the patient of that such and such doctor. Can you believe it? People are crazy. They don't know the value of life, how to live a life. They don't know there is a way, there is a thing called give up, let go, and let God. Swamiji says it all the time. So let go and let God. This is an American expression. That is what he says. If that is so, then America is blessed. It's a marvelous expression. So they want to become. You see, you stop becoming. There is no joy in becoming. The enlightened people, they are happy to be That is the joy. Happy to be, discover the happiness of being, not of becoming. It is the folly, ignorance, that there is joy in becoming. There is no joy in becoming. There is joy in being. Being is now and here. Becoming is always in the future, never now. And therefore, don't put joy in the future. If you put joy in the future, you have permanently denied joy to yourself. So put the joy in the present. Put the joy in the present moment, which is you, the presence. That is the joy. A jnani is happy to be, instead of trying to become this or that. That joy is Ishvara, that is the Brahma. So, iti Vedanta Dindima. So I think we will say the next verse and conclude there. Dehadi koshaga satta ya savyomadi bhutaga mana bhavanna tadbhedaha iti Vedanta Dindimaha. The idea is we have temporarily put a stop there and we are likely to continue. That is the idea of saying the next verse by God's grace. So, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Tatsat.